What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm back. Thank you for stopping by. Good evening. Lots of drama going on regarding Greg Bovino, Nick Sorter, Tom Homan, Tricia, because people are saying that he was removed from his position. He was fired. He was, I'm going to play a clip for you. He was demoted.
There, Keith Ellison.
They're saying that Trump is backing down. They're going to leave Minneapolis. Trump backing down. He spoke with Tim Walz, spoke with Frey. Let me read this message and then I'll play a video clip. Tim Walz called me with respect to work together and respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call, and we actually seem to be on the similar wavelength. I told the Governor Walz that I would have Tom Homan call him, and that we are looking for any and all criminals that they have in their possession. The governor respectfully understood that, and I will be speaking with him in the near future. He was happy that Tom Homan was going to Minnesota, and so am I. We have had such tremendous success in Washington, D.C., Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana, and virtually every other place that we have touched. And even in Minnesota, crime is way down. But both Governor Walz and I want to make it better. What in the hell? What the taco? I've been trying to explain to somebody that whole taco thing, and I forgot the acronym of the phrase. Taco. It's true. It's true. And some people are saying Homan's too aggressive. Not Homan, sorry, Bovino, too aggressive. Oh, no.
The Minnesota Attorney General talking about that early on Monday. We do have some major developments right now out of Minneapolis. This comes just days after a tragic weekend there in the Twin Cities. Democratic leaders calling for Border Patrol and ICE agents to be removed from their communities. And it appears there's a big shift that is actually happening. The Washington Examiner, Anna Gianartelli, a reporter that we've had on here on Live Now from Fox, reporting just that Border Patrol agents, ICE agents will be departing. She says she has confirmed that all Border Patrol agents in Minneapolis are being sent home. DHS, CBP have not responded to an email. This comes after federal sources told me that over the weekend, agents were told their deployment will be extended into February. Major changes in 24 hours. And of course, this also comes after a phone conversation. President Trump did speak with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz this morning. They said they did have a good conversation, a good phone call, and also President Trump, the White House, announcing that there would be changes to the leadership in the Twin Cities. His border czar, Tom Homan, now will lead that, and we'll see what that exactly looks like with this new report that Border Patrol agents being sent home as a major developments after, like I said, a very tragic weekend. As border czar Tom Homan will oversee operations. Not exactly sure if Tom Homan had the call on this, President Trump, or who else was involved with all of this. But we do know from that hearing in court earlier on today that there were more than 3,000 federal agents in Minnesota, part of that Operation Metro Surge. This according to the attorney for the U.S. Department of Justice, as Brantley Mayers, a U.S. Department of Justice attorney, told the U.S. District Judge Catherine Menendez on Monday that there were more than 3,000 federal immigration officers in the state for Operation Metro Surge. That revelation came as Menendez heard arguments related to Minnesota and the Twin Cities lawsuit against the Department of Justice seeking a temporary restraining order on ICE operations in the Twin Cities. The breakdown, Mayor says that at least 2,000 ICE officers, 1,000 Border Patrol officers are a part of that operation. They would provide the exact number later. But these are major developments after a very sad weekend there as a 37-year-old ICU nurse, Alex Preddy, tragically losing his life in a...
So, word's gone out. Some people are very upset. Nick Sorter. Let's just look at some of the thread. Nick Sorter. Let's go down the thread here for today. There was a video he posted earlier. I haven't even watched this, where he says major breaking: Gregory Bovino has now been relieved of duty as commander at large of the U.S. Border Patrol. I've exclusively learned this BS. Trump must reverse this now. Bovino put his life on the line every single day, pushing for mass deportations, the country going head to head with leftists and reminding them who's boss. Damn. What's this thing holding on to? Let me see here. Crazy. Let's take a look.
We're in the United States. I'll be here and I'm going to continue operating in your town. I'm sorry, the taxpayer's town, not your town. And that's what's going to happen.
I regret to hear that. I will say it once more. You are going on. Welcome here.
Check yourself.
Come on, man.
They're sending you.
Yeah.
We're in the United States. I'll be here and I'm going to continue operating in your town. I'm sorry, the taxpayer's town, not your town. And that's what's going to happen.
I regret to hear that. I will say it once more. You are going on. Welcome here.
Check yourself.
Yeah. So he posted this, and it continued on. Trump says he and Frey spoke. It was a great conversation. People are saying, don't cave, Trump. Don't cave. Worst of the worst essentially means amnesty. 80 million people who voted for all illegals to be deported. Stay the course, Trump. And so this lady, Trisha, let me show this. Trisha. She had quote posted, quote tweeted next order. And let's see right here. Chief has not been relieved of his duties, as press secretary has stated from the White House podium, is a key part of the president's team and a great American. So she counteracted it, and he replied back and said, can we be a little clearer? Gregory Bovino is still the commander op at large of the U.S. Border Patrol. He has not been sent back to El Centro sector, which is what I heard. And he has communication with the Trump administration, apparently. He has ties. So it continues on. He also said that supposedly Greg Bovino has been removed and locked out of his social media accounts. Wow. Why has Greg Bovino and his team been locked out of his social media accounts? Any comment on that? He knows something. He knows something, man. He knows what's going on. And I think they're trying to, there's a lot of press. There's been a lot of tension press. I think now they want to tone it down. Trump and all of them. I think they want to bring it back, tone it down. They want to de-escalate a little bit, avoid all the backlash, bring back Homan. So locked out of his accounts, allegedly. Border Czar will be managing ICE operations directly on the ground in Minnesota.
6% decline. 96% less people are coming. How many women aren't being raped? How many children aren't dying making that journey? How many women and children aren't being sex trafficked into this country every day? How many known suspected terrorists aren't just walking across that border? President Trump and this administration is saving thousands of lives every month. Hard stop. That's just a stone cold fact. I'm just proud to be a part of this. I work with Steve Miller every day. Steve Miller is one of the most brilliant people I've met in my entire
They must have worked out something on the phone, some kind of deal, whatever it is. All right, you get this guy out of here. He's too much. Get these ICE people out of here. We'll bring in Tom Homan. I'm sending Tom Homan to Minnesota tonight. He has not been involved in that area, but knows and likes many of the people there. Tom is tough but fair and will report directly to me. Oh, shit. What? Say it ain't so. President Trump says Minnesota Tim Walz called him requesting to work together. I had a very good call.
Mission in Congress, ironically enough, as co-chair with Marco Rubio. We used to bring in Chinese political prisoners, and we would ask them, when we speak up and call out your government, is it bad? And they said, well, in the short run it's bad because they torture us. But if you don't speak up, they will torture us and forget about us. And the idea is right now is we have to be speaking up. We have to call it out. You are doing everything, and our neighbors are doing everything. And I can't stress enough on this. We're winning it because we're doing it with Minnesota grit, Minnesota humor, Minnesota.
So, Bovino reportedly was notified today that he would be returning to his prior role in El Centro, California, effective immediately, with expectations that he would retire soon. So they're saying supposedly, reportedly, his position, the commander at large, was dissolved. And so these people are leaving. And the whole thing with that position, too, that he got, let's see here. Bovino served as the chief of El Centro sector in California starting in March 2021. And in August 2023, under the Biden administration, he was temporarily relieved of that command after testifying critically about border conditions, which some saw as whistleblowing. He was later reinstated following support from Republican lawmakers like House Homeland Security. Under the Trump administration in 2025 through 2026, Bovino was promoted to the newly created role of Commander at Large for Operation at Large, essentially making him the public face of mass deportation efforts targeting undocumented immigrants in Democratic-led cities. So the position seems to be gone. This was a promotion for him, and now it's gone. Oh. No. Mm-mm. The Atlantic was saying that his role, he was removed from his role. So a lot of people not happy. The sports news, thanks, man. They act like Homan is not going to be doing what Bovino's doing. True. Homan has said before, with or without your family, they'll all be deported. The Homan's savage. Homan is savage. Nick and Mel, buy a shirt your size. Okay, thank you. I want to show this over here too. They're saying reports to immediately leave Minnesota. Get out of here.
There's a development in the story to tell you about. It's being reported by the Wall Street Journal, which cites multiple administration officials in reporting that Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino will imminently leave Minnesota along with some of his agents. That's according to Trump administration officials. Bovino had emerged as this is the Wall Street Journal's reporting, quote, Bovino had emerged as the public face of the Trump administration's immigration enforcement activity in the state, accompanying agents on operations. Quote, following the fatal shooting over the weekend of Alex Preddy by a Border Patrol agent, Trump has signaled a willingness to wind down some of the administration's operations.
And things have just gone out of control. The shootings, the deaths, the publicity, you know.
There. Also in the Wall Street Journal, quote, on Monday, the president said Tom Homan, his border czar, would travel to the state. Michelle Norris is still with us. Michelle, importantly, Gregory Bovino had been the subject of a judge's injunction to stop using tear gas against protesters. That judge saying that it was unconstitutional.
Maybe that's what Tim Walz was talking about. You remember yesterday, excuse me, remember yesterday he had said I forgot what he said, something about proud to be Minnesota, whatever. He just posted now 28 minutes ago. They won. This is what they wanted. They won. I've never been prouder to be a Minnesotan. They worked out some kind of deal. They're leaving. Maybe the people could be happy now, the citizens. Seven says Trump handed the left a massive win and showed them that their secret militia was a success. Garbage. Well, that's the only problem, man. Now they're thinking, well, they're cheering. Mission success, the operation success. We need to keep doing more of what we're doing.
A subsequent judge stayed that order, but he has been, at least by that judge, recognized as using tactics that denied U.S. citizens and others their rights, and now he is leaving Minneapolis. My sense is that this will be good news to a degree, but that as long as he's out there terrorizing other communities, no one will rest easy.
It's interesting. I think we're showing pictures of them there, where he actually hurled a canister of this chemical irritant into a crowd himself after the judge had told him that that this was out of bounds. And you would think that after something like that, he might pull back, an action like that. He might not participate in something like that. He's become the face of something that is very unpopular, not just in the state of Minnesota, but throughout the entire country. What we really need to watch closely is this just changing, the leadership at the top of this operation, or does it portend a change in?
I believe it too. I believe that they took this guy's access from social media because they didn't want him posting. They didn't want him saying shit. Look what this lady posted from News Nation. Allie Bradley. She said, Bovino has been relieved of command as commander at large. His access to all social media accounts have been suspended. He's going back to a central sector where he was chief, according to sources. This comes as real Tom Homan is in Minnesota tonight. That's why you see Tim Waltz and these people celebrating. They won. Victory. They won this battle. Now what are all those people going to do with all the free time they have? What does Matt Walsh have to say? Matt Walsh says, any resolution to the Minnesota situation that does not include mass arrests of the leftist agitators and mass deportations of illegals will be a total failure for the Trump administration. And only guarantee more and worse chaos in the future. I mean, I knew they couldn't stay there forever. I know they can't stay there forever at some point. I mean, the whole squadron of people they have out there. But to send Bovino out like this? Peter said Bovino should be leaving his job. Never seen worse statements by a public official about something we've all seen with our own eyes. Maybe that's why. I do have clips that I wonder if I saved it. The other day, they were being questioned about the shooting of Pretty. And Kash Patel was asked, and also Bovino. Their answers were kind of bad. It was a little weird, I think. I wonder what those conversations were like.
Our operations are lawful, they're targeted, and they're focused on individuals who pose a serious threat to this community. They are not random, and they are not political. They are about removing criminals who are actively harming Minneapolis neighborhoods. This is what public safety looks like. When the law is enforced consistently and professionally, we will continue enforcing the law. We will continue making arrests, and we will continue working to keep Minneapolis safe. The mission continues at the border and in the interior, because that effective enforcement depends on both occurring at the same time. Let's make America safe again. Honor first. Our operations are lawful.
He's out. This guy was a nut job. Oh, this chick was crazy too. I don't know if you guys saw this. Look at this clown making it all about herself. Defund MN Media. So I guess this person got gassed.
You've seen me yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. All right. I'm at 25th and Nicollet. They got me inside. It's getting out of hand. I was behind the line trying to show what was happening, and they sprayed me and pushed me in the eye. I was behind the line. That's it. You've seen me yet?
Yes.
Let me take a look too, because they're apparently protesting outside of Amy Klobuchar, whatever her name is. Outside of her, I don't know where. Let me see real quick. Oh, it's already finished. Amy Klobuchar's office. Oh, downtown Minneapolis. I thought she was on their team while they protesting her. Oh, they were out there for a while, so I guess they left. Streamers. Klobuchar. All right, this is Myron. I haven't watched this video. He's controversial. Myron Gaines. He believes the shooting was justified. Let's see what he had to say.
We got to go off facts and not feelings, chat. All right. So I need you guys to not be bitches. The number one thing you guys got to understand is that when it comes to use of force, from a law enforcement perspective, they're always going to be judged on, was it reasonable? It's not about how you feel, what you think. It is, wasn't it reasonable based on the facts and circumstances known to the person at the time they conducted the self-defense maneuver, or in this case it'd be the shooting, right? That's what it comes down to. So number one, we got to understand 2020 hindsight, all these camera angles, none of that fucking matters at all, to be honest with you. None of that matters. What matters is what was known to the officers that shot at the time that they shot. Okay? That's what matters. I want to be explicitly clear about this, because a lot of you motherfuckers, especially progressives, you guys like to fucking Monday morning quarterback. Well, Myron, I think this, I feel this, I saw the video like this, I saw that, I saw this. None of that fucking matters. And I'm yelling it so you guys understand, because I know I'm going to get a bunch of fucking retards that are going to be in their feelings. Number one, you guys got to understand from the officer's perspective. They're operating and doing a enforcement operation in a hostile location, Minneapolis. So they're already on guard. People are agitating them. People are bringing bells. People are taking pictures of their license plates. People are following them around. It's already a heightened area, or like a heightened security area. Now, this woman, we don't know what the fuck happened before, but an ICE guy shoves her, right? As we
wait, he's talking about
see
Alex, okay.
Right here. So this guy is dealing with these people. They're probably impeding them or stopping them from doing something. Okay. Boom! You push the lady. Get the fuck out of here. And then this one comes near him, pushes her back too. And then this guy puts his hand on the fucking idiot, bro. Why would you do that? Mind your business. You're armed. And you're touching a fucking ICE agent in Minneapolis where these niggas are on high alert, bro. Like, come on, man. Common sense. And then you get pepper sprayed. And then you're resisting? I know they're telling him get on the ground and he's not listening. And you got a gun on your hip. So stupid, bro. I can hear, like, you can hear gun. He gets it out there. You can see it right here in his hand. Goes off because it's a fucking shitty ass 6 hour. Hits the ground. And then they don't know that the gun went off behind them. They think it was him. And they shoot. This is unfortunate. It's like a very unfortunate situation. But the reality is it's a clean shoot. And guys, this is a lesson to be learned. Guys, don't resist the police while you're fucking armed. Okay? Do not resist the police when you're armed. Do not touch a police officer if you're armed. Ever. Ever. This was just bad judgment. As someone who's a concealed carry individual.
Man, Gavin Newsom's loving this too. Gavin Newsom, oh, he's loving this. Yeah. There was a post that said Greg Bovino removed from his role as Border Patrol Commander at Large. Gavin Newsom replies back and says, now do Stephen Miller. Oh, they're excited, reveling, rolling in this. But they're saying that it's possible that just, I guess he's going to be sent back to his old role and he's retiring soon, and that's that, I guess. And apparently, I heard about this earlier. Surrounded, O'Keefe, oh my God, team under attack in Minneapolis, frozen projectiles hurled at us. We barely made it out. We go live tomorrow at 1 p.m. with the full video. Let's see the snippet.
They're everywhere. Shut the fucking doors. Shut the door. Shut the fucking doors. Whoa. We're fucking pressed. We're pressed. Do you know what the First Amendment is? First Amendment. Yes or no?
Yeah.
They threw a frozen ice brick at the car. Take off your vest again quickly.
Teaser. Gotta wait till tomorrow.
I can't believe he did this. Like, this is stupidity on another level, bro. Does that mean he deserves to die? No. But I'll tell you this. This is a lawful shooting 100%. The agents are not going to go to jail. It was 100% reasonable. Because I'll tell you all this. If you were that agent and you're fucking trying to resist, you're trying to grab a guy and get him to stop, and then someone screams, gun, 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 and then all of a sudden you hear a gunshot, you're going to shoot too. That's the reality. And that's what happened. Very important for you guys to understand. Was the shooting reasonable given the facts and circumstances known to the individual when he pulled the trigger and killed that individual? The answer is going to be yes. He had a gun. He resisted. He heard a gunshot. Doesn't matter if you heard the gunshot from an accidental discharge or someone giving it off. He could see him going like this in his right side, right? All the agent was able to see was this, basically. All right? He has other trained officers around him that said gun.
Midwest Girl, we've been talking about that whole thing, that whole conversation. People reported that he was. People were saying he wasn't. That's the whole topic. Some media reports. Nick Sorter said that that's what happened. So it's been going back and forth. I just said what I think it is. I mean, he's going to go back to his old position that he used to do, and he's retiring soon, and that's it. But he's been locked out of his social media accounts. Maybe that just comes with it. I don't know. Nick Sorter said that I stand by my report until Border Patrol agents are back under control of Greg Bovino. Press release are simply words. My Border Patrol agent sources across the country are fiercely loyal to the man leading them into battle every day to defend this nation. There is no longer a commander at large of the U.S. Border Patrol. This position has been eliminated. This is ridiculous. I'm not happy. Oh, this was crazy. This guy here.
That's my husband! I have done nothing at all! My name is Matthew James! Overtime Allen!
Is that the guy that put in the pickle truck over there? I saw something crazy just now, too. This guy, Minnesota. Well, this guy really has no chance in hell, but this guy, I guess this was running for the Minnesota governor candidate, Chris Madel, drops out of the Republican Party because he said, I can't look my daughter in the eyes and say I'm running as a Republican when they're pulling Hispanics because of the color of their skin. I did not sign up for that. Okay. You would have won anyway. Oh, man. So he gave up, quit. I'm sorry. I can't do it. TikTokers declare he's at war with the federal government.
See, I've been fully activated. I'm going to head back east. We need to go to D.C. Shit needs to get done. Here's the thing that I need for protesters and everyone to start realizing, okay? We're at war. The protests are over. There's no more protesting. This is combat now. So when I come onto the field, I'm not screaming at people that are going to assault me or pepper spray me. Like, no, this is combat. I'm going to engage them in combat because we have shit that needs to be done.
That's right.
This is how we get shit done. Okay? We're not protesting anymore. We're fighting. You understand? Like, I need for you to stop with the signs. And I need for you to get shields and swords of the pew kind. Like, I need for you to wake the fuck up. We're at war. It's wartime. It's time to go to war. You know how your military father or your military friends were always telling you freedom isn't free? Like, you're about to find out. Like, you're about to get it. So figure it fucking out.
I mean, Rumble
Stop
came out.
protesting.
Okay, Rumble.
It's fight time. Okay? I'll see you there.
I see you, motherfucker. All right, I see you, baby. Oh, saw that already. This was actually kind of funny. Somebody walked up to these protesters and put "animals may buy it" like a sign. Cash Patel. Shoot me in the head.
Shoot us in the fucking face. Shoot me in the fucking head. Why don't you fucking shoot me in the fucking head? You cowards. You're fucking cowards. I'm right here. Fucking kill me. Fucking bitches. Shoot us in the fucking face.
Oh yeah,
Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Back up! What the fuck is wrong with you, asshole? You motherfuckers! You motherfuckers!
I code all that already.
You're allowed to decide at any point that you're not with this anymore. If you voted for this administration, heck, even if you thought Operation Metro Surge was a good idea, sounded like the thing to do a month ago, you're still allowed to look at what's happening here in Minnesota and say, this isn't what I voted for and this isn't what I want. I ask you not to stand by idly. Speak out, share what you're seeing, and urge others to put politics aside. We're no longer having a political debate. We're having a moral debate.
The police
we all
chief.
want secure borders and immigration enforcement that prioritizes criminals. And I want to thank the press, especially the local press, who has done a deep dive to show that's exactly what Minnesota does.
I'm trying to pause it. It won't pause. What the hell? Waltz is not having it. Apparently Bovino. They're saying the chief of police, chief, I think his name is Hare. Chief Hare? Yeah, Brian O'Hara. He had said that Bovino's actions have not been helpful. He was riding around the city with a caravan and stopping at places and just kind of shaking things up. That's not helpful. The chief said he hopes that Bovino's departure signals de-escalation of the tense situation. Chris Maddow, somebody nobody's heard of. I'm dropping out because I can't look my daughter in the eye. Leftist stalker.
Just film up.
Info. They're saying, let's see, I'm gonna close this junk out. Pretty much caught up. There's one thing I want to show though. Oh, this was the clip though. Okay, hold on.
Of Border Patrol. What can you tell us?
Great to be with you, Maria. And look, Secretary Noem stated it perfectly. You do not get to attack law enforcement officials in this country without any repercussions. You do not get to do that in Minnesota, LA, or anywhere else. And the interagency is leading the charge out there. We've already arrested with the interagency those that violated the FACE Act and impeded a peaceful prayer in church. We've already just last night arrested 4 more individuals involved in the damage of government property that we saw the videos of online. We've arrested other individuals who've made threats to law enforcement online. So we are not messing around. It doesn't have to be in person. If you threaten law enforcement officials or civilians, we are going to come find you. And as for this latest shooting, yes, DHS and HSI are the lead, and the FBI is processing the physical evidence. So we're in possession of the firearm, which is going to go to our laboratory. But as Secretary Noem said, no one who wants to be peaceful shows up at a protest with a firearm that is loaded with 2 full magazines. That is not a peaceful protest, and you do not get to touch law enforcement. You do that anywhere, this FBI is going to be leading the charge to arrest those.
But how was he threatening Border Patrol? You've collected the evidence, you said, right? You have the handgun in your possession?
That's right.
And how was he using that handgun in terms of threatening Border Patrol? What was the threat? He had his camera, right? He was filming it.
That's something that I will let the DHS and the prosecutors, because they are the ones investigating that case. I don't want to stylize that evidence, but I trust the men and women on the ground who are trained professionals to only use it when it's absolutely necessary. And I trust Secretary Noem's leadership and DHS and HSI to do the right thing, as they've always done in these scenarios.
I don't know, buddy. Oh, this guy was crazy. Saw that already. Shaquille. I want to show this guy, because people are saying though he actually didn't have a concealed. He didn't have you need your ID and permit on you. Reports say Pretty had neither.
As the one person who carries a gun just about every single day I'm not in this city, and the one person that's been in a similar situation holding a gun while people are riding, and perhaps the one person who understands, I don't want to say the one, but someone here who understands this a little bit, because I've been in that situation. There's a couple of things. Number one, the Second Amendment is a right. I'm a Second Amendment absolutist. You have the right to carry a weapon to defend yourself, not the privilege. It is a right. Those rights come with restrictions. I think you would understand that more than anyone at this table. One of those restrictions is you have to have your ID and your permit on you. We don't know. Current reports are he didn't have either one of those on, at which point he's not carrying legally. But number two, even beyond that, with the right to carry a firearm comes the responsibility to do it correctly, and to do it with foresight, and to do it understanding the situation you're walking into and what could happen once you get there. Just about every state offers a class on that, and if you carry your firearm, you should take that class. And if your state charges you for it, you should go protest for that class to be taxpayer funded, because it is a right. So that's important. We can talk about policy all day long. There's only one person in this world that could have absolutely prevented Alex Pretty from getting shot that day, and it's Alex Pretty. That doesn't mean I think he should have been shot. I don't think it was necessary whatsoever to shoot Alex Pretty to save a life. But I get to watch that incident from behind Alex Pretty, not as one of the arresting officers, and not as potentially the person that I believe from looking at the video did shoot him. Why does he have 10 rounds in him? Because if you have to shoot anybody once, you better shoot them enough to kill them, because if you're shooting somebody, you think they're trying to kill you. Every police officer in this country is taught that. If you want to change that, go lobby to have it changed. Why was he shot? He was shot because of the reasonableness clause, the reasonableness doctrine. The Supreme Court decided this, which is the fact that if you are a police officer conducting police work and someone has, and it's explicitly outlined, someone has resisted arrest, violently or not, disobeyed orders, and shown the means to harm you, then you have the ability to protect yourself. Now, do I think he should have been shot? No. Because I see 10 things that happened before that happened that could have been handled differently. But what I don't see are the 10 minutes before that happened. You call him a protester, I call him an agitator. He showed up with a cell phone. He showed up in the middle of the street, in the middle of an operation. That's common sense. I don't care what your passions are. To carry a weapon on your person and to get in the middle of a police operation, whether you believe it or not, that is lawful. 100%. Another way it could have been prevented is if there was a police cordon from Minneapolis Police Department stopping people from, like Alex Pretty, from getting in the middle of the operation rather than holding a sign and speaking loudly and proudly from 100 feet away. That is the end of the story. There might even be a federal agent that goes to jail because some jury or a federal investigation decides he acted prematurely or shot him and shouldn't have.
Uh-oh. Apparently Tim Walz is facing backlash. The left eating the left. I guess because where he was comparing what was happening in Minnesota to the Holocaust. I guess some of the Holocaust Museum replied back, "Oh shit, you mess with the wrong people, motherfucker. You mess with the wrong people." He had said that something in a press conference about it reminds him of when Anne Frank back in the day. Anne Frank was targeted and murdered solely because she was Jewish. Leaders making false equivalencies to her experience for political purpose is never accepted. Despite tensions in Minneapolis, exploiting the Holocaust is deeply offensive, and especially as anti-Semitism rises. I think he was trying to compare it to like they're just targeting brown people or whatever. But
I'm not arguing or disputing that because I haven't seen the investigation. But I know for a fact Alex Pretty had no business where he was in that moment. I know for a fact that he did resist arrest. And if you are carrying lawfully, the moment you resist arrest, you are now carrying unlawfully to the point that in the state of Minnesota, your carry permit is revoked in that moment.
Okay, we got enough of that. Now, apparently, a couple of things going on. Damn, what's that tag? The Antifa leader, cross-dressing guy, he's now asking for funds. He needs help. This is the guy who was making threats to kill and all this stuff, allegedly. The cross-dressing Antifa general of Minneapolis, Cal Wagner, who called for guns to be used against ICE, is now on the run from law enforcement and is begging for donations in an attempt to seek political asylum so he's not hunted for his beliefs.
The video I posted from the Alex Pretty murder, calling for direct action, calling for boots on the ground, calling for someone to stand against these murderers, was deemed inciting violence, and they're being bullied by the administration. Clearly, I don't think that they're gonna let them take my account down, but I don't know what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna silence me somehow, and they're having a hard time putting a bullet in my head, so we shall see what they do to get the job done. I have a backup account in my bio. I am basically on the run now. I have safe places and I have evacuations planned out, but the way things are going, I'm going to have to be very resourceful, and that's going to take support. So, thank you a million times to those of you who have. We were able to deploy over 100 gas masks on the streets in the last couple of days and help a lot of people, probably even save a couple of lives with the amount of CS gas they've deployed. As I've said a million times, I'm going to stay in this fight to the bitter end. I'm not going to run away, but I will need some help.
So he's asking for help and donations and funds. They're also saying that, what's that lady's name? There's a lady in red, Christine Nome. They're saying she's at risk for losing her job. Oh man, everybody's getting lined up. Oh no. I've been hearing that a lot today. new inside the Trump administration's growing divide over mass deportation raids. Fed sources are fuming over the admin's handling of the situation in Minneapolis, telling me people who have no business being in charge in law enforcement operations at DHS effed up. Noam lost control and never knew what she was doing. She hated Homan because he reminded her daily that she knew nothing about law enforcement operations, and that pissed her off. Oh, shit. Turmoil in the Trump administration and the voters. Man, they're saying they're going to do ICE operations around the Super Bowl. DHS confirms ICE agents will conduct enforcement operations around the Super Bowl at Levy Stadium. Better stay home and watch that shit. Christy. There's people that are agreeing with what Trump is doing, though. Johnny here said having Tom Homan, who has spent years directing enforcement and removal operations at ICE, leading the deportation effort in Minnesota is a good thing. Greg Bovino's expertise lies in border security, and he will maintain a high-level role doing such. I'm not worried. Trump knows what he's doing. Maybe that's it. See, this is we talked about this earlier, and we've talked about this for the last couple of days, and there's been a huge conversation and kind of debate on whether the gun fired itself. The gun that everybody lives, the best gun in the world, you gotta have it, you gotta buy it, you gotta get this shit. The gun's shooting itself and whatever. DHS investigating whether Alex Pretty's gun accidentally fired and sparked deadly Minnesota shooting, sources say. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Are they protesting now? Abolish ICE, abolish ICE. What are they protesting? They won. Okay, they're still not happy, though. This guy over here said, Trump thinks firing Bovino will absolve him of his crimes and sweep the problem under the rug? Wrong. Bovino needs to be investigated, and we need to know who is all involved in Operation Metro Surge. No one is above the law. Yeah, the report also says DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, the advisor, Corey Lewandowski, are at risk of losing their jobs. Oh, man. All hell's breaking loose. Well, all right, guys. I guess that's it. I just want to jump on for a little bit. Talk about that drama going on back and forth regarding Bovino. I think they'll take care of the guy. Like I said, there were some reports that he's going to go back to his old position. I think that's what they're doing, putting him back in his old position, bringing in Tom Homan. It's been crazy what's going on out there. People are dying, American citizens. I think maybe they're going to try something else. I don't know. Nick just posted, do not back down. American patriots back Greg Bovino. Trump is working out some kind of deal with Waltz and Frey. Oh, they're at the Whipple. Is there anything interesting? Not really. Nobody out there. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out for now, but I appreciate you guys coming. Oh, I changed that, by the way, earlier. For those who were watching earlier, I verified that it was the power supply. I looked at Windows Event. The power supply was too weak. I had a 1,000-watt power supply for the computer, so I changed to 1,200. I changed it out myself here earlier, and so hopefully that fixes the problem. But all right, I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Oh, and look at them. They're all calling Trump out. Trump. Sorry, Trump. Your support is collapsing and you're panicking. Right on cue. You're deflecting from your... Well, it's Elon, right? Sorry, Trump. Your support is collapsing. I don't know if that's good. And I'm panicking. Right on cue. You're deflecting from your failures and lies and conspiracy theories about me. Years of investigations have found nothing. Get your goons out of Minnesota. All of them are loving this. They're jumping at the salivating. We did it. We got it. Yes. Here it is.
And Greg Bovino, who was at this, was in a commander-at-large position. He is going back to his previous job in California as a border sector patrol. He is going to still, according to the White House, have a national presence, but it will not be this commander-at-large position. He's leaving Minneapolis. And Greg Bovino, who was at this, was in a commander-at-large.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to head out, guys. I'm going to have some dinner. But I'll be around if something pops off, any breaking news. I'll be around. Take care. Peace. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bye. Adios. I'll see you another day. Another time.